Tonight, we get to meet people that some of us can only aspire to be. Billionaire entrepreneurs and tech geniuses. This is DXB Today.
Welcome to DXB Today, where today we are going to be discovering new technologies, digital realities, and exploring new frontiers in science and tech.
On today's adventure, we are talking to Dubai's finest, from genius entrepreneurs to inspiring tech experts.
Dubai is the place to catch a glimpse of how the future is being shaped, and that brings me to an interesting question, guys. What do you think is next? Mars or the metaverse? Or what do you mean more intrigued by, I should ask?
I think the metaverse for me.
Really?
Definitely. Yeah. Have you seen the movie Ready Player One?
Oh, yeah.
That's all I want out of life.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about the UAE mission to Mars. I'm all about that right now.
And I think most of us, we grew up watching all these space shows, right? So really, Mars is the new frontier.
Although now, Faris, you've got me thinking about how lazy I can be at home, the comfort of my home, and I don't know, exploring a new world.
Lazier, you mean?
We were lazier. That's exactly. We were talking about it in another episode, right? Eating in another world, dining, celebrity chefs.
Yeah, cannot wait. It's a reality we're all striving for. And we're going to see what our guest co-host thinks, because she's an NFT expert using technology to connect industry professionals and learners to upskill the workforce. But who is she?
Hi there, I'm Saliane de la Casa, the founder of Gleek, and what a privilege it is to be here today.
Saliane's breaking barriers in technology, but before we talk to her about her journey, I got a chance to actually hear one of the most influential men in the world, Elon Musk, discuss the future of technology at the recent World Government Summit. Have a look at this. Here we are at the World Government Summit, where we've had some amazing minds and brilliant people already make an appearance at this summit, but one of the most influential and successful men in the world, Mr. Elon Musk, just had a conversation with His Excellency Mohammed Al-Gargawi, the chairman of the World Government Summit. This is what they had to say.
Good to see you, Elon. It's been almost 6 years where I sat with you here in this platform with a great audience. It was your first trip to Dubai with your family. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Very much enjoyed it. I see my head is gigantic on the stage. My head has grown larger since we last met.
Is it because of Twitter?
Yeah, I don't know, perhaps.
How do you see technology in the next 10 years from now?
On a sort of near-term time frame, I think artificial intelligence is something we need to be quite concerned about and really be attentive to the safety of AI. You know, I played a significant role in the creation of OpenAI. Essentially, at the time, I was concerned that Google was not paying enough attention to AI safety, and so I, with a number of other people, created OpenAI. And although initially it was created as an open source nonprofit, and now it is closed source and for profit, I don't have any stake in OpenAI anymore, nor am I on the board, nor do I control it in any way. But the ChatGPT, I think, has illustrated to people just how advanced AI has become. Because the AI has been advanced for a while, it just didn't have a user interface that was accessible to most people. So what really ChatGPT has done is just put an accessible user interface on AI technology that has been present for a few years. And there are much more advanced versions of that are coming out. So I think we need to really be. I think we need to regulate AI safety, frankly.
Alien, no alien.
The crazy thing is I've seen no evidence of alien technology or any alien life whatsoever, and I think I'd know.
Thank you very much, and hopefully to see you next year with us here in the Emirates with your family.
Sounds good.
I know some people who'd like to talk about that alien conversation a little longer. For a long time, we used to think that going to space was futuristic. But there is a lot of futuristic tech and AI developments right here on Earth. Sally-Ann, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the work you do at Gleek and how technology plays a part in that?
Absolutely. So we were a traditional Web 2 industry expert network platform where you can book time with the world's leading experts. And we crossed that bridge into the Web 3 space by launching industry experts' time through NFT technology. So you can buy an NFT and spend 5 hours with the world's leading experts, and anything that is co-created within those sessions, you can further tokenize it, you can create intellectual property off of it. And this is where I think most businesses who have a traditional product and want to kind of dab their feet into emerging technologies, I think blockchain and NFT technology will impact everyone, indirectly or directly. And this is what we did with our lovelyhumans.io project from Gleek.
NFTs are becoming increasingly popular with artists. Our next guest is the curator of an NFT collection that's bringing both classic and modern masterpieces into the digital world. Please welcome Anna Seaman from the Morrow Collective. Hey Anna, thanks so much for joining us today. Nothing confuses me more than NFTs, especially in the art space, so I am glad that you're here. I get confused. What's the difference between me seeing a digital art piece, taking a screenshot, and feeling like I have some sort of sense of ownership of it? Because I know that's what you focus on.
Ownership is the key word. You can take a screenshot of a JPEG, you can take it from the internet, right-click, save. That doesn't mean that you own it. Essentially, NFT technology uses blockchain to give each digital file a code, a unique code, which therefore makes it unique. Therefore, if you want to own it, you have to buy the NFT. So this same digital image can exist in multiple places, all over the internet, on everyone's phone, but only one person will own it, and that's the key.
But what does that mean for you if you are the owner? How is that profitable? How is that a good investment?
Well, in terms of art, so art, for the longest time, digital art has not had a way of bringing value to it because of this. Because if you're a photographer and your photograph is on the internet, there is no value attached to it because everyone can just have it. So the idea of an NFT solves that problem, because even though it still exists everywhere, there's only one owner, meaning that if you want to profit from it, sell it, you have to buy this NFT. And the other thing about NFT technology is that it's a digital ledger. So every time it changes hands, that is recorded on the blockchain. Therefore, the price history, the provenance, and all these things to do with the art world are solved using NFTs.
I have a quick question for you about that. So would you say using digital art and creating NFTs out of art is kind of replacing the Web 2 version of royalties? Like when I go on iStock or any of those traditional platforms and I don't own, I pay a royalty fee to be able to utilize that. So is the NFTs replacing that traditional, those traditional platforms where you pay royalty fees to a third party, and maybe now you're doing it to the artist directly?
Well, yes and no. In the art world, until now, there has been no way to gain royalties as the creator of an artwork. Like you make a painting, you sell it once, or any kind of artwork. You profit from that, but then when it goes onto the secondary market and say you become really popular in 10 years' time, you're never profiting from those huge sales. But within NFTs, you can use something called a smart contract. So you can embed the royalty in that contract, meaning every time it changes hands, the royalties go back to the creator. So it is a real game changer in the way art is made, bought and sold.
So tell us a little bit about the art that you deal and you dabble with. Is it only NFTs? Is it only in its NFT form, or does it sometimes come with a real physical art piece and it serves as a sort of certificate?
Good question. So Morrow Collective was born from a traditional art background, and we founded ourselves in 2021 to introduce the concept that traditional art world structure will happen in the NFT space. So as Morrow, we only work with NFTs, but we do bring traditional artists into the space, showing them how they can use their practice to move into the digital realm. So they may have a physical painting that they animate, for example, and make it into an NFT. That's just one example.
Just a quick one on the value of this art. How would you value an NFT?
It's like the most popular question, and my answer is, in the traditional space, traditional world, you build up your collector base, you build up your value over time. But in NFTs, everyone kind of starts from zero. So it will take time to properly balance out, I think, because also NFTs exploded onto the market and everybody thought they're going to be a millionaire overnight. So the pricing question is based on subjectivity, what someone is willing to pay. But as an artist, we always advise people to stay within their trajectory, you know?
Now, how do you... Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. How do you convince traditional art collectors to shift their focus from what they might originally invest into a canvas to an NFT?
Probably the biggest challenge, honestly, because we have a whole new ecosystem emerging, a new language, a new technology. The people who buy art traditionally maybe have no idea what this is. Why would I buy it? Why would I buy something intangible? Why would I buy a JPEG? How do I sell it? What value does it have? All these questions that we've talked about. And so one of the biggest challenges we have is educating the market. We're still in the early days, and it is still evolving, but it's evolving quickly. So
Anna Seaman, thank you so much for coming on DXB Today.
Thank you.
We are going to be delving deeper into the world of NFTs in just a little bit, so don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. We're with tech entrepreneur Sally Ann. She is in an exclusive club of 4% women globally who have a pending tech patent. Sally Ann, tell us why female empowerment in tech is just so important.
So I think a lot of times there are very few women in tech, first of all, and I don't like the word empowerment. I said I think we are empowered
already. Yes,
but
we
I think
are,
women
indeed.
choosing tech as the means of expression of how we express, our the different business that we are in has, it's a very tiny percentage. It's important because technology is what is actually going to drive our ability to scale anything in the world. And, if I look at, the work that we do, and even my patent, the fact that I'm one of 4% of women, that's embarrassing. Women invent stuff all the time. We are way more ingenious than the boys and creative than the boys.
Not gonna argue with you.
And the fact that there are so few female sole inventors is mind-blowing. That's the reason why I always talk about it. That's something we're actually looking to shift. So as part of our NFT collection, one of our indicators is creating patents for the Middle East. The Middle East has so little patents overall, which are economic indicators of prosperity. So, it's important.
So what do you think the solution is to this problem that obviously not a lot of women are in tech? Do you think it's starting from the schools, so making sure there's special programs to get coding into elementary schools, making sure that more girls are doing it? Or do you think it's something that women now need to try and start to get into?
So I don't know how to code, and I'm a woman in tech, right? So I think many times we make the assumption that you need to know, my tech team, they're scared if I learn how to code. Right? I'll come and check everybody's code, right? So I think it's embracing the fact that, women always generally don't like to put their feet in things. They don't feel 100%. The I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And tech is very vague and it's moving and shifting. And I think it's the ability of women to accept risk and be able to go, I'm probably never going to grasp this, but I can operate successfusly within this space. So it's that mindset.
Do you think that that's also the reason that women earn so much less than men, that we're much more accommodating and, as you said, risk adverse?
Yeah.
I know we're kind of throwing the subject off here. But...
Yeah, so in terms of, in the tech space and the NFT space, for example, I'll say to you, my females, they're priced exactly like the males for industry expertise. And, that pay unequal conversation, whether it's in the Web3 space, Web2 space, in terms of tech, it's really one about women's inability overall to negotiate hard for themselves.
I have a quick question for you. I'm probably going to sound really stupid for saying this. I have no idea about tokenizing.
Yeah.
Could you please explain that to someone who's like, say, a 3-year-old?
Absolutely. So let's start from the simple, it's NFT technology. Okay. And NFT is just like code. And if you don't know what code is, you know how we write our language? In tech, you have different languages like C#, JavaScript. So NFT technology is just code that attaches things, could be art, could be wisdom, to blockchain. And I will have to explain blockchain for terms of tokenization. Blockchain, really simply to an 8-year-old, it's a notebook that we write in, but you can't scratch anything out or rip any pages out. Okay. It's the perfect notebook. So now go back to what are the things that I want to attach to the perfect notebook, and NFT technology, when you do that, you create a unique token.
There you go.
All right, and my question is, because we touched on the art aspect with Anna earlier, I want to know about utilization. I know that sometimes when you get an NFT, you actually join a certain club, you get special benefits that are not just a pretty picture.
Yeah, so most of the NFT, last year we had a huge crash in the market. If you actually go and look, it's NFTs that did not have utility. So utility means, is there a use for the NFT beyond the surface level, right? That's a simple, and the utilities can fall into different tracks. So in the art world, let's take Bored Ape, right? Everybody is very familiar, that's the one that's doing really, really well still. The utility of Bored Ape is not only are you part of a particular club, but any partnerships, so any partnerships they do for film, for product, for merchandising, you participate in the profits of that. That would be an example. For in mine, Lovely Humans, the utility is you have 5 hours of time with the experts. Whatever you co-create in that time, you can create co-create patents. You can further tokenize it and go into business together. So these are all utilities, and this is where the real value is.
All right, well, that's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Sally-Ann. But, of course, we're not going to let you go just yet.
Yes. It is time to see how much exactly we picked up from today's show. You've got DXB in 60. I'm going to be asking you a few questions in 60 seconds. Are you ready?
And what if I fail? Like, what happens?
There's no failing.
Is there like a button that ejects me from the seat?
All right. Let's have your 60 seconds start now. First question on today's show, we explore the future of technology or sports?
Technology.
Correct. Which tech billionaire's take on the future did we feature on today's episode? Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos?
Elon.
Correct again. Elon Musk is the CEO of SpaceX or Amazon?
SpaceX.
Oh my goodness, correct again. Which event in Dubai was Elon Musk speaking at? World Government Summit or the STEP Conference?
World Government Summit.
Goodness, nothing wrong. Who among us was reporting from the summit? Dina or Faris?
Faris.
Another right. Our guest Anna Seaman is an expert in cryptocurrencies or NFTs? NFTs, correct. What does NFT mean? Non-fungible token or non-feasibility transfers?
Non-fungible token.
Anna curates NFTs of popular art or music?
Art.
Art is correct. What is the name of the NFT curatorship she co-founded? Moro Collective or Digital Arts of Today?
Moro Collective.
Goodness, time is up. She got it all correct, and that's 9 questions.
Wow, very well done. Very respectful indeed. Thank you so much, Sally-Ann. We'll have to have you back.
Thank you.
9 points. That's one of the highest we've had on DXB today. Very well done.
I'm a nerd.
Thank you so much, Sally-Ann, for joining us. We can't wait to have you back.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a short break right now, but make sure to stay tuned because we're going to have one of our special DXB Today performances. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. With us right now is artist and rapper Casey Hamada. Casey, how are you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm good, thank you. Welcome to the show. Now, what are you going to be doing for us today?
I'll be performing my song called Qaswa.
Kasbah.
Yes.
This is a place in Dubai, isn't it? Or
It's in
UAE?
Sharjah.
There you
Yes.
go. Because you grew up in...
Grew up in Sharjah, yeah.
So as a Dubai kid myself, is there something about this song that's extra special?
The fact that we got to call it Qaswa. Originally it was called Yogurt for a different story altogether.
Oh my goodness, I
but
want to hear that one. But
Yeah.
yes, we can save that for another time. Where do you normally perform, Casey?
Everywhere and anywhere. It's usually pop-ups, so we don't do residencies. It's usually concepts and pop-ups. So if people want to find us, I'd suggest they just follow us, and they'll know by surprise where we're going to be the next day.
And what is the thought process that you went through just to get to the song Kasbah?
Well, a lot of my music reflects on my upbringing, and so without a doubt, I just had to make a song about a place that we spent a lot of time growing up, listening to music, dancing. I grew up as a b-boy as well, so Qasbah is a really special place in our hearts for giving us that space.
Tell us a little bit about being b-boy. So do you dance, you rap?
Yeah, well, now it's mainly music, but I grew up as a competitive dancer, so I used to do tournaments and all that jazz, and that was fun before my spine decided I was old. And so now we're making music.
Okay, well, I was hoping to see you do both, but we'll go with the rap for now. Well, we're going to let you set up for now, Casey, but first, Faris, back to you.
That's right, because although it's the end of our show, we'd like to remind you to tag us on your exciting adventures in Dubai. Use the hashtag DXB Today on your socials, and we might just feature them on the show.
Well, we'll see you all tomorrow when we're back to talk about the latest in hair and clothing trends. For now, guys, what was your favorite part of the show? Because I feel like we learned so much today. Was today not educational?
I think my favourite part of the show, which didn't actually go on air, was when you said, is it pronounced fungible token?
Really? I just wanted to make sure it is not my thing. NFTs, let's learn. This has been like a classroom for me the last week.
I'm really happy, actually, that Dina and I are doing the show together, because I think we're on the same page on this one. So it was really nice that she broke down tokenization for us like we were a couple of school kids.
I have managed to get through a lot of conversation, even though I don't understand NFTs at all. I've just learned some buzzwords like blockchain, non-fungible, tokens, tokenization.
And all the incentives that should come with NFTs as well. See, I'm learning. I was not a fan of NFTs. I'm slowly getting on board. I mean, there's a chance here I may even invest one day. Who knows?
Or maybe create your own art. Or maybe create your own art.
Create my own art NFT.
Well, it's all very exciting. Metaverse, NFTs, who knows what the future's going to hold.
All right, well, with that said, it's good night to all of you watching. Thank you so much for tuning in to DXB Today. And now over to Casey Hamada, who's going to rock us all the way to the end.
Mic check. Make some weight for the realest in the place. Take this beat and let it play. Let me demonstrate. Y'all just need to meditate. Woo. Take a shot, watch a ricochet. Tell me what's a villain to a monster. I am not just the greatest, I am also awesome. I've been making fire, check all my tonsils. Killer cuts, cut you up with no utensils. Tell me what's a villain to a monster. Coming from the hottest, tolerate no nonsense. I am the next in line, you can ask Mufasa. My eyes on the throne, you can call me Qasbah. Yeah, I don't care what you got to say. Take a shot, watch it ricochet. I don't care what you got to say. Take a shot, watch it record on. Tell me what's a villain to a monster. Next in line, you can ask Mufasa. Channel my eyes, you can call me Qasbah. Yeah, woo, you can call me. Back to the avenue, rolling with the baddest dude. Sharjah crew, had to do what I had to do. It's obvious I was raised by the baddest moves. It was either that or become rabbit food. I'm a hip-hop grape. Find it with the age, I'm in tip-top shape. Say it to my face, so get out of my way. I make it look easy, you don't have a clue. You don't see the tactics, I'm attacking you. Pass the bad and the back with scratching with passion, it's dragging through. Switch hats and mismatching, zigzagging with clashing attitudes. Racks from Ajman, Raqqa, and Abu Dhabi. Got the hottest squad that are all around me. Everybody try to copy, but they could. No one likes to show off. I love being cocky. Yeah, let's get loud. I don't care what you got to say. Take a shot, watch it ricochet. Yeah, I don't care what you got to say. Take a shot, watch it record on. Tell me what's a villain to a monster. Next in line, you can ask Mufasa. Channel my eyes, you can call me Qasbah. Yeah, this is about my mom. Honestly, not just the product of my mama's pottery. Along the lines, there was a lot of wobble lottery. Don't get me started on the fathering a part of me. I don't know a lot about what's in charge of me. Don't get out of pocket, you are not a wallaby. After wires crossing, there is no soldering. I do not care if you soldering. My intentions are well, but in 7 days it'll start. So please, this is Mona Lisa. Hella mozzarella, extra cheese with the pizza. I'm so teeny weeny, only here for a flicker. And I know you only take a shot for the Insta. I don't care what you got to say. Take a shot, watch your ricochet. I don't care what you got to say. And now you're watching me on DXB Today. Tell me what's a villain to a monster. Next in line, you can ask Mufasa. Channel my eyes, you can call me Qasba. Woo! You can call me Qasba. Tell me what's a villain to a monster. Next in line, you can ask Mufasa. Channel my eyes, you can call me Qasba. You heard me right. You can call me Qasba. DXB Today, thank you for having me. My name's Casey Hamada. It's been a pleasure. Have a good night.